Welcome everyone. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the opposite of buying a machine. It's getting rid of your machine. Sell it, give it away, donate it, or just wait. I'm gonna talk about tips on how to sell your machines. I'm gonna also tell you why I actually don't sell machines, but I'm more of a buyer, so I'm gonna tell you what I want to hear if I'm looking for a machine. I also support donating a machine to someone who can use it, donating a machine to an institution who can actually appreciate the donation. Where do you sell your machine? A flea market, garage sale, or on the internet? There's a lot of choices where to sell your machines. Amazon does not encourage selling older machines. They squash the search result. They squash old listing because they don't really want to deal with the hassle of buyer and seller having conflict with a machine that does not work. How do you describe your machine? Well, you have to be very honest. That's the first thing you need to do. Be brief and be personable. There's some words that are brief but actually very powerful, like powers on, needle moves up and down during brief testing, like new, barely used, in original box, or recently serviced. You can also include some personal information about why you're selling your machine, like you no longer sew, or it was your grandma's machine and she passed away, or you upgraded to a new machine, or you can be honest about it that you find it hard to sew on this machine. There's additional information that will be a perk to the buyer, like the warranty is still included, its complete accessory, the pedal and the cord is included, or if there's something wrong with the machine, thread tower is broken, missing piece, please include those information. It will save you a lot of headache in the future. Or you can also put a disclaimer that this is just, you didn't do any further testing on this machine. It's sold for parts and repair. Now, one thing that's very important is the voltage information, especially if the machine was from a different country. You have to include and be very conscious about putting in the voltage information about the machine. That's just the right thing to do. And if you just want to get rid of the machine, make this description as brief as possible. Just say sold as is. At that point, the buyer will ask more questions if they need to learn more about it. And if everything else fails and you don't know nothing about it, you just take a lot of pictures, because pictures can speak a lot of words for you. You can also include information like all sales are final, best offer, or you can also include return policy to make them feel assured that they're not getting a bad deal out of this purchase. Pricing your machine is very important because it's so easy to compare prices on the internet. Also, you price the shipping fairly, not overprice the shipping, because it will just make your listing tank. Please don't do that. Now, wrapping your machine, I suggest wrapping it in a bubble wrap 2 or 3 times. That's just to be sure. If it comes with even if it comes with the original case, sometimes the case has space around the machine that will make the machine move as it is transported. So you want to be able to correctly wrap your machine in a bubble wrap 2 or 3 times. All of these words that I said are actually positive things about the machine, about who you are as a seller, and about the potential transaction. If you're honest about it, then the buyer can understand your point of view also. And if you describe a machine that you don't know anything about it, believe it or not, it may be what the buyer may want to hear. I don't really sell because I don't really want to deal with the hassle of a buyer who does not know what they're doing, and I don't want to deal with that. So for my peace of mind, I'd rather give away a machine for free or donate it. That's where I'm comfortable now. Everybody's different. I bought a lot of machines, new and used, And there's some used machines that I bought that have problems that was not described. But I deal with the problem. I don't bother the seller. What can they do at this point? I've learned to fix machine because of those issues, and it made me a better sewer because I face the problem as I encounter it. Who do you give it away? You give it away to a family member, a cousin, maybe a friend of a friend, a neighbor, or maybe for that granddaughter of yours who's still growing up. At her right age, you're gonna give it to her and she's gonna get this machine. So save it. Save it if you don't need to give it away today. And you know what? You'll be happy. You'll be happy to wait until also because things happen for a reason. You don't really have to make a decision right this minute, but think about it. All you can wish for is to give this machine to someone who will love it, who will give it the love that it deserves. And besides, you are sharing and encouraging creativity, and that's a great thing. Where do you donate machines? You donate it to a Goodwill or a thrift store that actually appreciates the donation. Not all thrift stores appreciate these kinds of donation. Some just trash it. Some cleans it and put a description on it and have a good return policy. So choose wisely, otherwise just keep your machine. Also, if you want to donate a machine and there's something wrong with it, be conscientious about it. Put a note on it. Needs service, or missing bobbin, or needle stuck. Just put a tiny note on it because it's just the right thing to do to warn the person who's gonna buy it next to do something about it. Maybe they're Mr. Fix-It, so they can work with the problem. And with a small note that you put on it, whatever is wrong with the machine, the place that you donate it to, they can do something about it. Some of those places, they have an in-house repair person that will tinker with the machine. So just be conscientious about it and put a note. That's just the right thing to do. Don't beat yourself up if you still have the machine and you can't decide. It's okay. There's a buying season for sewing machines. It starts from October to December, where people are making clothes for Halloween, and all throughout December where people are making personal gifts to give away. Now the demand will come down. There's an oversaturation of supply from March to July because there's not many people looking for machine, and there's more people getting rid of their used machines. So that's something to think about. What time of the year you want to sell your machine, or what time of the year you want to just hang on to it. Don't want to compete with the market if you can avoid it. Just keep it personable, cordial, and make your listing approachable. I wish you good luck with your machine. Whatever you want to do, it's gonna work out in the end. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.